Hi everyone, we are live, and my voice is a bit like low, and it's okay. I feel a bit better. I still have a cold, but I'm here. This is Saturday Mental Health, and I'm going just right now to check if we are live on LinkedIn. I'm sure that we are already live on YouTube. So, how are you feeling, everyone? Let me know in the comments. Of course, I don't know if we will be a lot to listen uh, to me, but all is fine. So I'm just checking if I am live right now, and we'll say again that we are live. Ooh, I see already someone joining. Michelle, amazing, Michelle.
Hello, I'm gonna be with you on screen in just a moment. I'm getting myself set up. You beat me.
Thank you. Take some time. It's okay. There is no hurry. And I'm really happy to see you joining. And everyone, there is also the link to join to the stage that I share on the comments. So feel free to join us. Just checking if I am live on. Yes.
You
And
sound so much better.
compared to
I mean,
what?
you still sound sick, but the other day, that voice message you sent me, you sound way better. Way better.
Wow, this is the voice. No, I sound a bit better. I still have some tissues out there, but I feel better. So I was thinking, do I uh, not do my Saturday mental health or do I do that? And anyway, I will do that because I'm a rebel. And it's also about to bring some spotlight to anyone that is joining on as a guest and also to send my love to CJ, to Susanna. So I'm going first to pinpoint. I've just shared. I'm just going to check because I was downloading that. If there is, yeah, there is this one. So here, like Rebel with a Cause. Right now, we are bestsellers on Amazon Kindle. Feel free to buy the ebook. And thank you so much, CJ and Susanna, for bringing a platform to us. That's amazing, amazing. And of course, this is also to a tribute to Jess, who has her own chapter heavenly written from us. And so I'm happy to also talk about the 50 inspirational connections, where we are both of them. We are both on the Rebel with a Cause anthology, and we are both on the same group and also as inspirational connections. And also, so thank you so much, CJ, and thank you, Susanna. And last but not least, thank you also the Hounds of Business. My community is amazing, amazing. I've been joining them since August of last year, and it's amazing. And last but not least, I'm going to more and more use this new logo created by Jen Lin. Jen Lin is amazing. They are an amazing, amazing soul, and so an amazing friend also. So you will see more and more my logo out there as I've been also watching your Glitter and Gap with Jenlin, and I've been also seeing your logo. That is amazing.
My
So
rebranding, I'm so excited about this. Like, it is gonna
yeah,
be an amazing journey. Like I'm already on this amazing new journey, and then rebranding not just a professional brand, but incorporating the personal, and then just going against all marketing ethics and status quos to unite a personal and professional brand. Like, I think for months people have been telling me, like, no, you need to, and I don't want to. I want one. And Jen Lin was, we were just so aligned on that level with our synergy that I'm getting my one dual purpose brand. It is so exciting.
oh yeah, you are on the fire, and Jenlin is also on fire. So hello, Jackie Albert. thank you so much for joining our amazing call. Feel free to jump on stage also because I'm happy to spotlight you. Jackie is also amazing.
And I'm
And
gonna be videoing with you. Just I'm almost set up, Ollie. Almost there.
take your time, all is fine. Even off camera is okay because as your voice is the thing that matters. My voice is not yet 100% okay, but I want to express anyway. And even if I speak like that, I want to speak. I want to do the session. I can even envision the Saturday mental health in my bed, even if I cannot get up. So it's like even if I'm low, I'm here to spotlight you and to encourage you to blossom, everyone. So there is a link to go to the stage. Do so if you want to share your voice, and I'm happy to welcome anyone on stage. So that's the magic of un- unplanned Saturday mental health. Like I was remembering my first steps on LinkedIn was hearing Annie and Zion on their first audio rooms, and I was thinking to myself, why not launching my audio room in 20 minutes? Yes. So I was making my 5 a.m. because I'm in Belgium. So it's right now in Belgium it's 1:37 a.m. and it's chocolate. But I'm doing that because also I was having an amazing event. I'm going to share because it's amazing. It's Hay House, and they have amazing events. And so I was really glued to these events because many things about writing and about connections. So, but no, I had to at some point to leave the session because else I will not be on time with my show. And Michelle is more important than her house. So here I am.
Oh my gosh, don't say that. I am not more
Yes,
important than
I say that.
anything or anyone. No, don't ever say that. You, Ollie, like you have no you are important to me. Like you really don't even know. Sometimes because like I'm on this journey where I'm still fighting the battle. Like I don't have the answers, and there's days that it's like even though you're in Belgium, it's we are just synced because you know my mental is off, and I get the most beautiful audio messages like at the it's like the almost the universal time, and you are important, my friend. Like you have no idea. At least for me, you are monumental in my life.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I tried to not use that to fill my ego because I don't want to fill my ego, but
Fill your
also
ego.
it comes from a place. It comes from a place where I'm so humble that even if I shine like a supernova, I will say, "Oh no, it's okay, it's nothing," you know. But it's like being so humble that my major challenge since many years, but now also, is to be able to receive that whatever you of course receive the best. I will not receive bad smelly fishes, but from you is always amazing chocolate gift. And also these kind of messages that I store, I have a message that I was receiving 2 or 3 years ago, and that sometimes I still have to put it on the front because else what is not on the front is forgotten. But this kind of audio message was something like "Well done, Ori," this kind of things, and so
See,
it was
I
like,
struggle sending those amazing voice messages to people. Like I don't like my voice. And I
mm,
last night, so I did Aaron Gibson's Soul Man Live last night.
yes.
I will admit that is the first video like me, besides the one from 2018 that I shared with you. That is literally the first time I've watched myself on replay.
Oh,
I don't ever watch replays. I'll go through comments with my phone or computer on mute. Um, I because we don't like with Keith and I, we don't use scripts. We might have outlines to make sure we're on point, but everything's unscripted. So it's like it's not like I need to rehearse lines or so I just when we're live, that's genuine, raw, unfiltered. Like it's raw footage.
Yes. Yeah, and I can share also because in fact I got that cold and I know where it comes from because sometimes I eat too much of things that I shouldn't eat, and that's my lesson. But at the same time, I was like over attending some events. It was amazing, it was juicy, but I was tired, so I was not listening to my body needs. But it was amazing. Like another one aside Hay House and Nancy Levin that I'm going to share. There is also Kathy Heller, Kathy Heller about the podcast, and she was. But at the same time, it's like it's good when it's quality, but it has to be like 2 or 3 days. Like she announced 2 or 3 days, and oh, by the way, I'm going to do on Thursday. Oh, by the way, on Friday. Oh, by the way, on Saturday, it's not me, it's my assistant. So it's going on and on and on and on. And at some point, okay, it was 3 days, but no, it's 6 days, and there is party next week. No, at some point I have to cut the call also because it's
Yeah.
too over delivering is not so good neither. You have to put the boundaries because
You got to refill your cup, sir. Refill your cup.
exactly,
And let us refill
exactly.
your cup with them compliments.
Yeah, exactly. And always remember, because I
Chocolate.
always, yeah, always remember that you are a remarkable leader.
Yes. Yes. And actually, like I was in an event this morning where Felipe was the guest.
Oh,
And one of the questions that he got asked is something it was a lot it was about leadership. And somebody asked like, well, all these coaches and programs are trying to make everybody leaders, but is it better like how can everybody be a leader basically? Or and I loved his answer because it said he was saying basically you don't have to be a leader at every single thing at every moment in your life. Let go of that control. But what you are strong in, where you are excelling, where you are that leader, that's what you embrace. And I loved it because, Felipe, I just love it. Anytime I can get into an event and just pick up his nuggets, I love it. But he was really talking about that today. Everybody can be a leader. That is very, very true.
yeah, and Lisa is an amazing leader, and Jason is also an amazing leader. So we can always be a leader for ourselves. I think it's the most important, not to be the leader for anyone, but for being the leader for ourselves. And it's like it's not a checkbox; it's a muscle. Also, it's not like oh, I'm a leader, done. No, it's each day that we have to be confronted also with our shadow each day offers us an occasion to say okay, in that case I was not triggered, okay, I'm healed, but in that situation so this is something to still work on. So it's like life until our last breath and even beyond, who knows. But it's like there is always a thing to do, but also always to give us grace. Grace, sorry, give us grace. So thank you, Susanna. I'm also checking the chat. Thank you, Lisa. You are
I love that you
amazing.
do that. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. So what have been your learning this week, dear sister Michelle?
Oh, wow. So, well, I like your title for today's mental health, check in of being a rebel every day, you know, like, and we have definitely had a packed week for a rebel with a cause this week. So, I think that I don't know my best lesson this week. Oh my gosh. Um, I think it would be yesterday. Aaron Gibson asked me a question while we were live on his show that actually had me speechless. And anybody that knows me, that's crazy for me to be speechless. But he asked a question relating back to how I felt when it came to being 8 years old and going through what I went through with my colostomy. And I don't think I've ever been asked that. Well, I know I haven't. And so I think my lesson is that when those moments come and there's the emotion and the tears, like had I not learned the emotional regulation before, like my lesson was that I did everything right yesterday, because like I didn't, I resonated with that feeling for that moment, and I took it in to process it instead of like getting scared and pushing it away and shutting down and deflecting. And I think my lesson is that I had to stop after that show and allow myself to be proud of myself. And that's this whole week. There's been so many achievements that sometimes I don't feel worthy, and I've had to learn it's okay. I'm allowed to. It doesn't matter like what I'm going through right now. I'm allowed to be happy. I'm allowed to celebrate these small victories. I'm allowed to embrace like all the good coming to me. And I think that's my lesson this week is actually accepting it, not feeling guilty.
Hmm. Yeah, so true. And thank you, Susanna. Hello, everyone. As always, feel free to join the stage if you like,
Yes.
or to ask any questions in the
What's
comments.
your win?
What?
What's your win this week? What's your lesson? What did you get out of this week?
Hmm. My lesson is to remember that it's okay when I buy a pack of 4 tiramisu, but I don't have to eat them all within 1 or 2 days. Like
That's
even
fair.
I can eat one half of tiramisu each day, and not say, oh, let's do it a second one and let's do it a third one. No, I think the most important is to to also decide to not buy a pack of 4 tiramisus. That's also a good point, because it's like the pimps. I remember it was in the 90s or the 2000s. I was buying a pack of pimps. I take one, and as soon as I take one, they put something inside, like let's eat the whole pack, and then you have 2 or 3 more 100 grams or so. God bless you.
Thank you. I was trying to hurry up and mute it before that one came. Oh my goodness. It's like a what is there's got to be something I can't. So, do you know what a drumstick is? Little the ice cream cones.
Yes, I think I know.
So they're like a sugar waffle type cone, and it has ice cream, and then they're dipped in chocolate. And then recently I found these packages so they're mini. They're like really mini ones, like 2 bites, and you could be done. And I bought them because I was like, okay, so they're smaller, you don't eat as much. I can't eat just one.
That's it. That's why they put it on mini. They double the price and they put it on the mini, so they
And
earn
then you
more
eat more.
money.
I probably eat
Yeah,
more than a drumstick now. I would never eat
yeah.
a whole drumstick. I put half of it back in the freezer. I'd never eat the whole thing. And now I probably eat more than that.
It's clever marketing. It's really clever marketing, by the way. It's
That's
really.
right. You're absolute. That was very strategic what they did there.
Hmm. So
So go no you go.
no, but anything that you would like to share to us about your mission, your greatness. What are you doing right now?
Well, right now, let's see. We're rebranding, obviously. Keith Cooperman and me, we have partnered up here. We got, I can flip the script going on. So there's our shows with that. Rebel with a Cause. You and I are Rebel family. I mean, we were family before Rebel with a Cause, but our book this week. Just building the websites, and it's really a lot of the behind the scenes work it's going on. Like I'm trying to be on stage, public view, um, but there's a lot that has to happen behind the scenes that people kind of don't really think about. So that's just a lot of where it's at. We got the legal cases still going on, so there's a lot of the litigation and research. So sometimes I'll be in people's audios rooms and I feel bad, like they'll go to call me, I can't like raise my hand or something. Like I'm in the middle of like reading my 90th page of some law scripture, but I'm in there listening, to support. But oh my gosh, these events are so much better to listen to than like reality TV in the background or something like that. But really, I just got my sister to come to LinkedIn. Her name is Stephanie King. She's been really like hesitant about the platform, and today she came after Dr. CJ and I went TikTok live with her this morning, and Dr. CJ helped me bring her to our side. Yes, so that's
Woo!
where it's at. What about you? What do we got going on with Ali? Obviously, you're getting your logo going.
Well, yeah, my logo, I still need to use it more, but I don't have any brother or sister, but I have my fellow dad who has, I have the painting of my dad out there.
Yes, I seen that. You showed me that painting. I think we had like a video call probably months ago after we had met, and I wanted to get to know you better. And you showed me that, and we were like, "Oh, that was such a great conversation." It ended up being like what, 4 hours? I think we
Mm.
ended up talking. We talked a long time that first, connect and talk call.
Yeah, and so aside that, I still have to deal with my procrastination, but I'm moving forward. I need also to say, okay, well done, Ali, but at the same time to not in French there is an expression. I think it's the same in English to not rest in your own laurels, to not de ne pas se reposer sur ses lauriers, to move on, move on, move on. So I still have my link tree to work on, my Oli Beyond Boundaries since many months, and my Oli Rebel with a Cause right now to build my virtual extension of my chapter. And aside that, to set up more boundaries. Since many weeks right now, I say more no's and no's to some audio rooms, but I'm doing that to do more, because it's really to say, okay, what could I be of service to others? And for me, it's language coaching. It could be also poetry or creativity. There is something that I was not sharing since years and years, but during the pandemic, I was like shocked as everyone because it started really abruptly. And Ula, you will be back. It's okay. Uh, Sharing my do, when I started during the pandemic, I was going to many places, going to cacao ceremony, ecstatic dance, breath work, and then I was discovering something. And ooh, Michelle is back. Okay, I was discovering something that is a master. I was not taking it because it was many thousands of dollars for going there, but it was poetry as a medicine, and so that was 4 years ago. And last year, in 2023, I was attending a workshop that also warmed my heart. It's from I don't remember by heart, but I think it's William. Um, it's a poet from UK, and he was. I will go with the name later, but he was also during the pandemic. He was realizing that was many people lost and alone, and he was deciding to make a tour with many places, like poetry pharmacists. And so it was like, okay, let's hear you. I listen to you. I listen to your story, and then as a prescription, I give you one poem. And
Okay.
it was a really amazing experience. And I was seeing him last year, face to face in Brussels. That's when I was knowing him, and I've been really amazed. And there was one thing that was really striking me, is that the reason that when you are building some poetry anthologies, you are selecting poems from many people. But the reason that there were not so much woman poets in his anthology is that because the few that exist was quite recent or quite difficult to integrate because it was really costful. Like there was also an amazing person that I don't know so much yet, but Maya Angelou. I know her through a famous quote, like, and I was seeing her probably one or two twice. But the reason that her poems was not in his book is was it was quite costful to be able to show them, to show to allow the poems to be in his book. But it was really empowering, really authentic share. And so poetry is really, and also when you realize that I love to make pancakes, like not only pancakes but pancakes. I also like to say that I love poetry in the nature. Tree,
I love
poetry.
your little puns. They're amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually did one the other night and I said, well, in Ollie fashion. And
Ooh.
then I told Miss Kim, I told her that she was soul acading. Instead of educating the soul, I told her she was soul acading. And I said it was in Ollie fashion.
Hmm.
She
Thank
was
you, thank you.
educating the soul.
Thank you, thank you. And in fact, it's to bring the joy while we are still alive. Because there is something, I'm really blessed that I'm 48 years old and I am still alive. Because I was realizing already that that acknowledgement when I was 40 years old, 8 years ago, that I was living 166 more days than my mom ever did in her life. And so that was wow. And so each day is a bonus. But how many people are um, running and running, chasing the cheese, chasing the gold mine, not acknowledging that while they are doing that, they are not really enjoying. Some are enjoying, but others are not enjoying chasing the promised goal, and not happy. Like I think the best advice will be, while you are reaching your goal, be happy about
Yes.
what you have already have what you already have accomplished, and not to say, okay, I will be happy when I've this, or when I'm going to do that. No, I think the most important is that energy drives energy. If you are and of course it's something for me to say it, it's another thing to embody it. I think I'm not embodying it really yet, but it's to be able to do things in with an abundance mindset and not a lack mindset.
Yeah. So I think I used to be that one that like I couldn't be happy. It didn't, like what you're describing in that sense. And I think that one of the something that has worked for myself was it was about 13 years ago, I began that self journey. And then I would say 10 years that I truly embraced, what I had been doing for 3 years. And now here we are, 13 years, 14, 15 years later, it became when you realize that journey you're on, that destination you're going to doesn't exist, you can embrace the happy. Because let me tell you, from over a decade of evolving, there's no, in my mind, I think that that's where the misery was when I began, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to get to this destination and I wasn't finding it. I couldn't get to it. And so I was feeling the negative things, like the disappointment, the failure, the why aren't I good enough? What am I not doing? But then it was once I embraced the reality that, like, well, what if this destination never comes? Okay, so what can I do about this journey I'm on to a destination that I don't know if I'm going to make it to? How do I feel that? And that's when I have learned that if every single day I'm trying and striving to be better than I was yesterday, yesterday's destination is now irrelevant because I'm a new person today. So it's going to be a new destination every day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Trust me. I
I'm,
know.
I'm, I'm I'm real right now. I'm real. So
I lost my voice a few weekends ago.
yeah, yeah. But I'm glad that you recovered it. In fact, it's really to realize that our destination is each step that we make. Is not the desired finish line, because and anyway there is also what we and I say we and I, the ego, we want to do that, but
Mhm,
there at some point, maybe if we make a lot of energy, we can make it.
mhm,
But at the same time, is it really for us, or is it just from an ego perspective? And at some point I realized also that there is, and in fact it's about um, how fast do we want to do, but not fast in a way that we want to do it quick, but how fast is going our true destination, not the destination we have in our mind, but the true destination that is designed for from universe, God, or you name it, that is going to reach us. Because at some point we are going to reach our destination that God desires for us. But the real question is when.
mhm,
If it's in 10 years because we are so attached to what we really want, what we want on an ego basis, or in 2 months because we let go and we try to connect with the divine. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Such difficult, so maybe you want me to do that, and it's really to tap into the GPS, not of the ego but of the GPS of the divine.
mhm.
And that's still something that I still have to embody. But I'm really blessed that it sounds like Paulo Coelho, the alchemist. Knowing that I sit just over the gold mine for years and years, but I just realized, oh, so I've been all this way many years to realize, oh, but this was my gold mine.
Mhm. So like, um, I know. So I don't even know what to say about her, but there's Ashley Walton. She's definitely here on LinkedIn. She's on all platforms. Um, she's a trauma coach. She is certified, but she does trauma recovery, and it's specifically within our first responder military sector. And she's a consultant and everything. And like that is like one of my best friends. And about 10 years ago, I think that she was probably the one that asked me that question that helped me get that pivotal moment of change, because she was like, okay, like I was in my pity party. I was mad, I was upset, I was defeated, and she was like, okay, she was like, take that away. Let's just hypothetically, what if you achieved what it was at that end of that destination? What if you achieved it? What then? And I couldn't answer it because I was so focused on what it was at that destination I was trying to get to. I had never even thought like, okay, well, once I get there, then what? I'd never thought about that. And when I finally realized, like, okay, well, once you do get there, once you do achieve it, what then? That's when I realized there's never going to be a destination on my journey. You're just going to keep traveling, because when you achieve something, what am I going to do? Just stop there? I'm an activist. Activists will always have something to advocate for. Like, so it's just like my journey. I think this week was that I've learned to not to be worthy of my achievements along this journey.
Yeah, and there is all there was, there is, and there will always be room for activists in this world, because there will be always something that goes wrong into this world. for years and for decades. So at some point, I feel also myself, um, I am doing it for people, one human at a time, not for the world. Because at some point, the world will always continue to be messy, to be full of things that goes wrong. But as long as I touch at least one human being with my light, then the mission is done. Then
Yes.
I can leave this world after my last breath, saying, okay, I was not healing the world, but at least I healed probably few dozens of humans, or few hundreds, or few thousand, and it's all that matters. It's not. I think, and there is not a lot of people on Earth that would say that they healed billions of people. Maybe people that are already gone, like Gandhi or Louis Hay, or
Right. The
yeah.
legacy is the one that does that. It's your legacy. So, like, what are you going to do through this journey and through your lifetime to build the legacy to know that even when you're no longer, privileged and have the beautiful opportunity to be on this planet, like, what have you done to build a legacy that is going to continue to live when you're no longer alive in the flesh?
Mm. Yeah, so true. And also, so people that are watching, feel free to go on stage if you want. It's an open door. You are free to join, to interact with us, or to ask any question in the comments. So thank you again, Lisa, Susanna, Jason, and everyone.
Oh, Chase
Uh,
is here. Yay. Chase is I've been
yeah,
catching some of sometimes his events. I can watch, but I can't engage. But oh, he has great content too.
yeah, and also I was resonating with his pun. I'm loving the fact that I'm not the only one to make puns. Like, don't hate, don't hate, like
Yeah.
to eat, to eat. So
Yes.
and yeah.
Yes.
Um,
It's
aside
just
that, yeah, aside that, I was thinking, because I was reflecting on the session I was having beforehand with Nancy Levin, and while she was sharing something that, well, she shared a lot of amazing things, but and a thing that was reminding me is that we cannot be helpful to others if we have not healed our own shadows. We need to work on our own inner shadows before being able to heal others. But at some point, I think it's not a checkbox, it's a muscle. And I think it's not 100%. Like, if I want to heal anyone, and that I need to heal my inner shadows, and I truly fear that I will have to drop my last breath before being able to heal anyone, because I think our own entire life there is the inner shadow to work on. What do you think about that?
I think that if we go back to what we was talking about when we began, and your messages in the audio that you send me that I save because I like to go back and hear them later and I get afraid I'm going to lose them. Those are healing, and you're breathing and you're not dropping your last breath, knock on wood. Like, so accept, like, there, be humble, get your ego, like, you give so many healing components to people that I don't even think you recognize it. You come into a room and like the energy can go from like a 3 to a 20 in the matter of your presence just coming. That is healing, my friend.
Thank you. And I was also thinking, also, when you said that I'm not yet drop my last breath, I was thinking,
And no,
no,
like,
no, no, no. But
don't say
there is a funny joke, but I don't know if it's really relatable. But there is a teacher that says to young Tom, "Oh, and by the way, your dad, what he's doing as work." And then little Tom says, "Oh, I'm sorry, but my lad is dead." These kind of things. And then the teacher was, "Okay, I'm so sorry, Tom." But before he was dying, before his death, what he said to you? He said, Ah, pff.
Uh,
So it was a funny joke, but this kind of things.
oh,
Yeah,
that's great. Oh my gosh.
and
Oh.
I think if we are not allowed to joke about that, we are not allowed to joke about anything.
Oh my goodness, this dog wants something. I'm gonna go
Mm.
find out in a moment. But anyway, so let's see. And as far as like sticking also to your theme, I know every Saturday you like highlighting people. So if you want to screen share, you should go find Gabe and highlight him. This guy is amazing. You know who
Okay.
Gabe is, right?
Yeah, of course. Who
We need
doesn't
to
know
highlight this
Gabe?
guy because
Who doesn't know
he
Gabe?
he is the LinkedIn TV guy. Like, what can you say? That is so nostalgic to the days where my mom and dad would make me go to the corner store to get a copy of the TV guide if they didn't get the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gabe is phenomenal right now. Like, he's on fire because I would scour and scour searching for events. Like, this dude is delivering them to my DMs. There he is. Yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody needs to connect with him, especially if you are a
And
content creator, a streamer.
you
Like
know what is
that.
amazing? You know what is amazing? When I hear Gabe, the non Gabe, I was thinking about the song. It's crazy, But I was thinking about the song, and the song is "Doo doo 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 doo." I love you, Gabe. Doo 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 doo. I love you, Gabe. This kind of song from Cher and Sonny, but it's not Gabe, it's Babe. But I love you, Gabe.
Have you got to hear him talk in events yet?
Lots of months ago.
Oh, I heard him talking today and a couple times. It's like
Oh,
like he says he's coming back to his own events. So, oh my
oh,
gosh, definitely got to be watching out for those. Definitely, for sure.
yeah. Feel free to follow Gabe. And I was thinking, because yesterday I was thinking, if I'm going to make my Saturday mental health, I will be like, probably making an intro, the intro of Barry White, because hello everyone, how are you doing? I will have my voice of Barry White, hello. Nice to hear you. So
All
yeah,
your voiceovers make me think of Jay in story time. I
yeah,
think
Uncle
he's the best
Bones.
storyteller. Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, Jay is the best. Amazing, yeah.
I mean, you never know who's coming on stage with Jay. It could be uncle, it could be grandpa. Like, you don't know who is coming into the story day with Oh, Saturday mornings are always a treat.
Oh yeah, and his auntie also is speaking, I think. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. So true. So true. It's great. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's been a week. It's been heck. It's been a month and a year and a lifetime. What can we say? What can we
Mm,
say?
as
And I,
long as you are alive, the thing that matters that you are acting a day at a time,
Mhm.
and that you are truly also setting boundaries and saying, okay, my priority right now is Angelina.
Oh, that's a boundary. That's a. You might as well act like that's my arm. Like there, without
Yeah,
that is a unquestioned. Like
that's your
it's like not even a
peninsula.
second thought. Yeah, it's not
That's
even a
your
second thought.
that's your peninsula.
That's what does that mean?
Peninsula. It's an island that is attached to the continent.
An island attached to. Okay, so like the Outer Banks is
Almost.
my
Oh
favorite.
yeah, an
I love the
extension,
Outer Banks.
an add-on. Yeah, yeah,
Well, when you said peninsula for a minute, I'm thinking because like literally the next little city township, like literally a mile away, it's called Peninsula. And I'm
ah.
like, wait a minute, what? I am
Yeah,
not an island right now. I feel like I'm on an island in the middle of a city, but No.
Allora, no, that's Switzerland.
Oh my gosh. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Hmm.
So, is there any questions? I don't see. I don't even know who's like in the lounge. I don't know
Well,
what. I don't know where anything is.
I just see about Restream. We have seen Susanna, Jason, and Lisa, and that's all, I think.
Right. Well, we're here. What do you want
And
to say?
April also is there. I don't see April on LinkedIn, but she's there. So welcome on stage, also everyone. Feel free to. Oh, as soon as I say that, there is someone on stage. Amazing. So Henry, here comes the Mr. Uncle Boss, Mr. J. Ah,
It
Mr.
is J
J.
himself.
Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. Tell me I'm lying. Like, who do we
Mr.
got? We got
J.
Jay, we got
Mr.
Unc, we got
J.
Gramps. Who's here today?
Mr. J.
We're all here. We're all here.
Yeah, that's even better. Let's make it the
Woohoo!
party. How are you
All
today?
right.
This morning was beautiful.
Oh man, thank you. I
It
thought
was
it went
very,
really well and how everything came together.
it was you. That was beautiful. There was a couple
You know,
moments
a
you
lot
had
of
to go
times,
walk Cody, but I at least try to listen until the ear pod cuts out because, yeah. But it was beautiful.
no
Congratulations!
worries.
Every Saturday, congratulations. Now for you to record them into podcast so I can keep repeat.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was trying to do
Okay.
this morning. You just have to get coordinated next time.
Okay. Link up with Dr. CJ too. She is starting that whole pod. There's a whole bunch of people on there. Cyrus is a whole
I
bunch of people doing
Noni.
podcast stuff.
Yeah, man, Ali, thank you for the invitation. Um, and you know what? I like you around, and I like you and hearing your insights and your perspectives on Storytime with Jay and Friends, but not at the cost of your health and your sanity, sir. So uh, I love you, brother. So if you need to take time, you know, I'm going to miss you, but obviously, you know, you got to do you, brother. And so I appreciate you. Just wanted to say that.
Thank you. And I was resting. I was when the time was of your show, I was resting because I needed to rest.
That's good. That's good. Rest is good. It's good for the soul.
Yeah, but what you don't know is that Belgium is a bit like later. So I was resting at 4 p.m.
Okay, maybe not during that time frame, but it's
So,
I know.
Jay, me and Ali earlier, we was discussing like what was our win, what was good about this week, what did we learn, what lesson, like. So that's what I'm gonna ask you. Like, what out of this whole week, every lessons, the learning, like, what did you learn and what did you win? Almost like the rose and the thorn. Like, what was, what were those for you this week?
man. I think the lesson I learned this week is um, despite adversity in the workplace, there are people who have genuine hearts, even in that type of environment, who want to help and who want to reach out. And sometimes it's yourself, but you'll be surprised. Sometimes it's other people who see that you're experiencing adversity. And so, you know, it's not all roses sometimes in at your job or in your career. And people are sometimes sensitive to that, and they're gonna reach out and they're gonna try to help you. And it's always good to have that. You know, some people don't have that in their work environments and in their careers. And so I was just blessed to be able to have somebody that I could lean on and somebody who could lean on me. So
It's always I muted the dog, Cody's gonna howl at some point. I'm sure. I'm like anticipating. But no, you're so I mean, you basically just described my life before coming to LinkedIn. Like when people see something in you or people can just know when you're not yourself and not even need to talk to you. I mean, shit, it was like, what, not long ago, I sent you a message like, Jay, where are you at? I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. And,
Man,
like, it's just, like, when you have people that you're starting to like form relationships and you guys might not talk every day, but if you notice the absence of somebody, then reach out because you thought of them in that moment for a reason.
Yeah, the canary in the mine. When you are acknowledging there is a void that is missing out there. So it's when you are really aware that there is something that goes wrong, or I don't know. So yeah.
yeah. And for me, not hearing Ali doing an impression of me, doing an impression of others, not hearing that, you know, I'm like, sometimes I'm a bit sad because I miss it. He's, you know, you're always so upbeat and uplifting to others. And when you're not in the room and we're not feeling that, sometimes, I, I make a mental note of it. I wish Holly was here, right? Sometimes because he has a way, Ali. Um, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but when we get into heavy topics, sometimes we talk about trauma, he'll come on stage, talk about the trauma and the perspective, but then he'll leave with a positive note for us to consider. And that's the beauty of Ali and his perspective.
Oh, thank you so much. And I think it's also I love to use the puns, even though it's a pun in French. I and it's not mine. It's a friend that found it. But there is like trauma as a whole, and in French it's trauma. Like a whole in French is trou. So it's like trauma is to filling the hole with something that could be meaning. And for me, something that could be filling the hole could be laughter or fun or whatever. Because if we are too much coked in the heaviness of trauma, then we are in the bottom of the hole. We cannot find any hot air balloon to get out of the hole and to go further. So I think to find a meaning through laughter, to it's really to lift up the trauma, to say, okay, I it's heavy, I know, but the only way that I can heal myself and feel and feel is to feel the whole through laughter and to ha 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 to make fun about that. Because if we are not allowed to have fun, we cannot find our light, I think. So it's like the God and love and our inner self is also claiming for our own light. And it could be like smiling and laughing and say, okay, it's heavy, but I'm going to do the best I can to laugh about that.
I remember the first time I heard Ollie talk in a room, I was like a little bit overwhelmed. I was like, who is this guy? And then like that's when I was like, okay, let me reach out to him. Let me talk to him. I need to like understand his energy and where this is coming from. And we ended up talking like 4 hours, Jay. And I love him. And he does that. He can take trauma and discuss a traumatic incident. And I don't know how he does it, but like it'll close with him like a beautiful poem or a beautiful foreign language. You hit the nail on the head with that one, Jay. He can transform the wording and the emotion. It's like that's what I was telling him. You can take like a level 3 and put it above a 20. Like you make people feel so good.
There is a word that I like because I was just discovering right now, and I just discovered that it could be used for another pun, like transmute. Transmute. It's because for years and decades I've been muted myself. I've not allowed myself to express my voice, my need. And then I was muted. And then I transmuted. And then it's not it's not a done stuff. I still have to work with that. It's an ongoing process, but it's going from mute to transmute and to transform and to decide, okay, I was formed this way, but it's not my story. I can form myself when I'm maturing, I'm aging. I can rewrite my story. I can say, okay, this was my past, but I'm not like that. I decide to find another meaning, and that's why I love to use the words. And it was for probably more than I thought, more than 10 or 20 years that I decided to use words to heal my wounds. So that's it.
Wow, Ali. So for me, when I was a kid, right, um, I was I was the nerd. I'll be honest. I wasn't the cool kid always, right? And so there was sometimes bullying and dealing with that. And part of it was I was I was not I was an introvert. I wasn't out there and trying to fit in. And so that muted part of myself, right? That quiet, read a book dude really didn't come out until later on in life, right? So you could say that I felt small and muted, but then I changed. I changed out of that. So I was a mute ant, you could say, and then became a mute ant after that.
I can't with you guys. I just, you guys. I'm even blushing. I don't even know why. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
dad jokes.
I was in my moon head and I was not catching your joke, but I'm really glad that at least you were making Michelle laugh.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I wish. I wish I was that witty. Oh my god. For real though, like last night, like doing Aaron's live, like last night was like the first time. Hey, that was asked that question, but that was the first time I've ever even openly, verbally, or acknowledged like I felt unheard and unseen. I'd never even been asked the question to ignite that thought process before last night. It was surreal, for sure.
Hmm.
No.
And I think it takes a while for each of us, in fact, to accept to
I
receive
could
that.
give. I
Yeah,
could give all day long. I
yeah,
struggle to accept. Yes.
oh yeah, yeah.
So
That's it. And to accept to also give to ourselves and to say, okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm doing the best I can. And it's not only my future version to be proud of my present version, but also to my present version to be proud of my present actions. And that's really that's that's something that I still have to learn, and also to say to my past actions that you did the best that you could, because it's easy to say, oh gosh, if only I did it, then I could be further, I could be higher, whatever. But I truly believe that each version of our like no right now is doing the best that this version is able to do. And it's really difficult sometimes because there are some judgments that I can give to myself or that others can give to myself. But most of the judgment I give to myself that says, oh Oli, you are not really further, look at you've done nothing. But it's this kind of word also, it's really detrimental to say never, always, nothing. It's really because it's not true. I didn't do nothing. I did something, and that's it. So
I want to talk a little bit about that. So I used to tell this story all the time when I first started um, appearing on LinkedIn and sharing. One of the things I talked about was my survival story. So, Michelle, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a tornado survivor.
The
And
first true story I heard you tell, I cried
oh,
because you were telling a story about the moment somebody, I believe they were trying to tell you that maybe your children had experienced PTSD from it. But I clearly remember you saying you was reading a pamphlet and you said everything you was reading about the children was you. That was the first story, and I cried. I Your words were so deep and meaningful, and I literally, you had me on the edge of my seat. I resonated with every word you were saying that show.
yeah. So, one of the things during that time in my life, so that was definitely one of the pivotal moments during that time. But the other one was when I talked to a mentee of mine and said, basically, I told him, "Hey, man, I'm okay if you didn't know." And he didn't. I was like, Why are you waking me up, dude? I'm asleep, man." Oh, well, I just survived a tornado, but I'm okay. I'm all right. There's not a scratch on me. And then he proceeded to ask me, what am I trying to do to get back on my feet? And he was just concerned. And spirituality and practicality all kind of in that same conversation. And so one of the things he said to me that I thought was profound was, one, stop blocking your blessings. If people want to give to you, accept the gift, because it's coming from a place of love, right? And so if it's a gift, accept the gift, right? Unless it's drugs or laundered money, don't do that.
you are amazing, Jay. You are amazing.
but, but but accept the gift. The other thing is, don't turn it down, because what you're also doing is you're blocking the person who's giving you that gift from receiving their blessing. And I was like, I never thought of it that way. I really never thought of it that way. Like, they're trying to bless me, and in order for them to get blessed, I need to accept that. And in that moment, I was like, oh shit, I'm being selfish.
Yeah, it's the boomerang
I've
effect.
never thought about that.
It's the
See?
boom. Yeah, it's the boomerang effect. What you give, you will receive by any means possible.
Like Keith, and that kind of makes sense because Keith is all the time telling me, like, Michelle, you got to stop. You can't keep pouring from an empty cup. And then he'll say things like, look at what you've done for so many people. And I've never thought of it like that. Like, maybe this is my time to be receiving for all I have given through my lifetime. Like, I've really never thought of that. So thank you for sharing that. See, more nuggets. Like, I love
Yeah,
knowledge nuggets.
because when we give love to others, we are also, by the way, giving love to ourselves.
Mhm.
I think I just had to give it for so long, and so many people expected it, and it was just done selflessly that I just, in my mind, like, there's never ever somebody for me to ask for help. There was never somewhere for me to turn for help. Everybody came to me.
Right. So, and as the head of a household, right? That, whether you're a mom or a dad or whatever, if you're the head of that household, right? You're always trying to give, right? So you're never in that mode of receiving.
Yeah.
And in this moment, I was like, I need to continue to give because we have nothing. But wait, we have nothing left. what am I gonna give, right? And so to reconcile that in my mind and in my heart, that those conversations were really important. I'm gonna share another one. In those moments where you're always looking for answers. Why me, God? Why did this happen to me? Why did it have to happen? And so looking for blessings and signs in that moment. I was everywhere. I was at church. I was talking to people. I was looking on YouTube and went down the YouTube rabbit hole of trying to find a sign. And a lot of times when I wasn't looking,
When they come.
the message came through.
Mm.
And one of the messages, along with that from my friend, was one from Steve Harvey.
I love
He
that
told
man.
he told this joke. He told this joke, and it was a spiritual joke, right? And he said this was in my transformation when he was getting closer to God and trying to be more spiritual, right? During that journey, he came upon this joke, and it was great. I'll tell the joke, right? So there's a guy, he passes away, right? And he goes to the gates of heaven, and there's St. Peter. He's like, "Hey, St. Peter, what's up, man? I guess I'm here." And St. Peter goes, "Well, we've been expecting you. Come on in." But I before we go in, I got to tell you, we're going to go down this long hallway, and we're going to meet God, okay? But when we go down this hallway, don't pay attention. Don't pay any mind to what you see. We just need to focus on getting to see God. And as soon as the doors open and he goes down, there's this hallway and there's all these doors all the way through. And he was like, he stops and he looks at the doors. And St. Peter turns around and he goes, "Didn't I just tell you? Stay focused. We need to go see God." Right? And they keep going and they keep going. And then he stops again and he's looking at the doors, and there's these plaques of people's names on the doors. He was like, and St. Peter turns around again and he goes, "Didn't I just tell you we need to stay focused? You're looking at the doors." And he goes, "Yeah, but St. Peter, their names on the doors. What's that all about?" He said, "You know what?" I said, "Don't pay any attention. Let's go forward. We're going to go meet God." And he continues to go. And then he stops again. And he looks at the door. And this time he's like, "I'm not moving." And St. Peter goes, "Why aren't you moving?" He says, "Because the name on the door is mine." And he said, St. Peter said, "Well, I've told you several times, we need to go see God, brother. What are you doing?" He goes, "Listen, my name is on the door. You got to open the door and tell me what's inside. Show me what's in there." He goes, Are you sure? Are you sure you want to see what's in this door?" And he goes, "Yes, let me see what's behind the door." So St. Peter opens the door. And there are boxes from floor to ceiling. And the ceiling's super high. And it goes on for miles. What seems like miles. And the guy's just standing there like, "What are all these boxes?" And St. Peter says, "Are you sure you want to know the answer?" And the guy goes, "Yes." He goes, "Well, these are all the blessings you could have received when you were on earth. But because you chose not to see the blessings in front of you, here they are. Here they are."
Wow.
And so imagine if you chose to see the blessings, what you could have had in this lifetime.
That's deep.
Well,
Real
that's deep, but I for me, my door that I'm fixing is the reply to my question I was thinking to say to you at the end. Was he able to see God or not?
I think in that moment, he truly saw God.
Oh,
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I think in that moment he
oh my
truly saw
God.
God.
I love being on stage with you guys. This is so amazing. I'm
As
telling you,
you
anybody
too.
out there, they're missing out. There's a whole
You
lake
too,
of joy.
Michelle. You too. I love you on stage.
Listen, in the flesh. It's crazy. All three of us on stage have some crazy life stories. And universally, our paths have synced us to align to this moment. And that is so beautiful. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm also grateful to announce that I'm going to end this show in 5 to 10 minutes. So if you would like, feel free to join the stage because there are your blessings. And if you don't allow these blessings to unfold, then they will be behind your doors on heaven. So feel free to jump on stage if you like to share your light.
Oh, I
Uh,
almost forgot. Don't forget, I got a show tomorrow. Me and Kiki are
oh
doing a
yeah!
flip the script.
Woo
Especially,
woo!
he'll be driving. So he'll be driving and stationary. Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. We aren't doing guests like on the stage tomorrow. We're just gonna talk, answer questions. We got a true friend VIP gonna come backstage, help me learn the producing aspect. So more people on stage make that harder to like learn behind the scene technicality stuff. So that will be why. But
Mm.
I told you I prefer to be behind the scenes. Like I want to learn all of that. I don't. I prefer to be on the other side of the camera.
Yeah. And in my turn, we will have also a show in 14 hours, Dynamic Village with CJ. That's the usual show on Sunday. And also in less than 26 hours, a late Sunday show about uh, uh, if I was understanding well, the light language plus the dragons plus yeah.
That's her 10 o'clock YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. So I will be there because it's 4 a.m. So it's right now it's 2 a.m. and more than 2 a.m. by the way. And I'm going to end the show, but no one is really ready to unfold their blessing. So we are only three right now. So
There
Mr.
are
J,
blessings today, so that's okay.
yeah, it's okay to be on the backstage listening to us. It's okay. So and also thank you for your comments. Noni Pepperoni, Susanna Dawn, and Lisa and Jason, and maybe I forgot
You
some
guys do so
others.
good at
Oh,
acknowledging
and as
people.
soon I was saying that, here comes someone that I was
Uh-oh.
not expecting. But
Look, I'm looking
you
at
are
the.
welcome. You are welcome, Kai. If I pronounce well your first name.
Hi, this is my first time. First time caller, first time joiner, first
Woo-hoo!
time. Oh, so blessed to be here. I'm so sorry. I was on LinkedIn and then I saw your link and then I'm hearing like different sounds coming. I'm like, am I on? I don't know what's going on. Oh,
No apologies.
All is
Never
fine, Kai.
apologize here.
Yeah,
Welcome. Why don't tell us about you real
welcome.
quick? Your first time. Congratulations.
thank you. I've been following Ollie for quite a while. He has such a bright personality, as you all know here, and he just brings so much charms and positivity to the wall, which we need right now. And I've been meaning to join this call for a long time. So thank you. Thank you for, consistently creating and showing up for people who needs it out there, man. Oh,
Lots
thank
of love
you.
to you.
Where are
Lots
you
of love to you.
located?
I'm in Jersey. I'm Kai.
Okay. You're
Nice to
not
meet
far.
all of you, Michelle,
Yes.
Ollie, and Jay.
Yes. I'm Michelle. I'm in Northeast Ohio. And Jay, he is a whole nother country.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm actually in the same country,
Right.
but
It
I'm
feels
from
like another
Guam.
country. Right. It
Yeah,
feels like
from
you're in
Guam.
another country.
Yeah, by way of Alabama. So right now,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm in Alabama.
You never know when you go to his stores, though. It's like a whole. I'm telling you, like he takes you. He's in another country. He's a whole other
Oh
world.
yeah, he's on
He can
Mars.
help you get like your mental. You just you travel beyond your. It's
Yeah,
so Jake.
amazing.
It's all. It's not even the country, or it's not of the world. It's the universe. Like you
Buckle up.
are out of this planet. Is that
Yeah.
better?
Buckle up.
Yes.
Oh well, thank you. Kind words. Appreciate
It's like
Telling you.
J is like the Star Trek vessel when you are going to the light speed and you are.
Gone. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but with me, I'm more like the Borg though. Resistance.
Oh my God! It's full of stars. You know this 2001 famous quote. Oh my God! It's full of stars. So Kai, let us know more about you. What are you doing? Who are you? I'm really glad to discover you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, been so I've hit burnout twice real hard, balancing work, balancing being an in-home care and in-home physical therapist for my mom a whole lot of time. And so, the past year, I've been really focusing on getting into the science of burnout and the mindset, especially in our country, about chasing after the achievements and award and the number of hours worked. And it's all crazy. We're just hamsters running around the wheel and it never ends. And it's hard as well, not just for people in the corporate, but also mom, dad, single parents, teachers, in healthcare worker. It just insane. And so that's one of the reasons why I become really passionate about the science of burnout and how I can help working professional like myself who went through it combat the strategies and burnout to combat um, different levels of burnout. And I've been since then I've been really passionate about like diving deep into mental health, because at the day all it comes down to is our well-being, which is the foundational, which is what our workplace in general is missing. Our culture is missing that element, that we forget that well-being, it's the daily practice that we need to integrate. It's like consistency beat intensity, right? And most of the time we have this mindset about we don't have time. And so when I help my fellow leaders and individuals, I'm like, it's okay, 30 seconds is all you need. Like when they talk about I don't have time for exercise, it's okay. You can dance, you can move around, you can groove, and so that's how I started discovering about tiny habits, micro steps, and mental well-being. A little bit about me: I have a neuroscience background. I'm a neuroscientist by training, but then I transitioned into the data world. And then because I've been going through a lot of burnout and being in corporate, I realized that, okay, I have found my true calling, which is, there's always be another neuroscientist, another data scientist, another coach, but there's only me who can combine all of those to help. And going through depression, very deep depression myself, and hitting on the darkness for 3 times. And each time I become a little bit stronger, just a tiny bit, but as when you're going through it, each hour of each day seems like eternity.
Mm. Yes.
And it's at that time, for all those 3 times, it's really hard to see the light on the other side, right? But then each time I become a little bit smarter and mentally stronger. And so now I'm really into helping people become mentally fit to prepare for those daily struggles, because we all face struggles in one way or another, big or small, every day. And what do we do when those things hit? And so it's like going to the gym, right? You don't see the results right away. You might not see it all those biceps puffing up even after a year, right? Depending on how intense you go. But the same way, we need to mentally work our mind. And so that's a little bit about me in a long way. But
I
I'm
just want to
really,
say I love you and thank you
We
for
love you.
being vulnerable and telling us that. And don't ever let this be the last first time. Please keep coming and sharing. It's like that story, like it might not work or resonate with everybody, but when you tell that story and you tell the steps you took and you tell the things that did work for you or what didn't, like I said, it might not resonate with everybody.
yeah.
I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm here to tell people what I've done to get me through it. And if it works for you,
Yeah.
it does. If it don't, it don't. But don't ever stop telling and don't let this be your last first time. Please come share your story.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes, yes, and feel free to connect, everyone. Feel free to connect with Kai. So here is her profile, LinkedIn. I'm such a blessed person to spotlight others. So here it is. So oops,
Jay, what are
oh,
your thoughts?
He's been quiet over there. He's been in another country. He's been teleported.
See, that's what I said. Is right. You see, now you understand why I say you're in another country. Like you literally
yeah,
transport.
So
Got to beat me up.
no, So for me, I think that that this is what happens when there's. We were just talking about this in Tamrad's room the other day, blue ocean versus red ocean, right? And right now, what does that mean? It's a business model. Red ocean, it's filled with people doing the same things. A blue ocean is something that's out of the norm and isn't part of everything else. And so you're able to flourish in either of the two, depending on your strategies. But at the same time that we're thinking about strategies and being successful in business, we're losing our humanity in that struggle. And how do we regain that humanity? Sometimes we got to pause. Sometimes we have to meditate every day. How do you build that resilience? How do you build the tenacity to go forward? How do you fortify yourself, mind, body, and soul? Right. And these are the things that people today, wrestle with. We're of a different era where we're mindful of all of that. Whereas before, people would struggle in the fields or in the mines and just go home and, smoke a cigarette or several cigarettes and drink a whole bottle of, liquor and then go to sleep and repeat the day, right? People still do that.
Wash and repeat.
People still do that. But now there are other people who are there just like you are, Kai, to help them through those things. And I think it's important because there has to be somebody outside of us who has that ability to see from a 10,000 foot view and allow you to help you do what you need to do in your life. So kudos to you and thanks for coming up.
Yeah, thank you. Each of us has a calling and our life matters and we got to own our story despite whatever shit we're going through. Those shit are gold, and somebody else is going through similar shit that you may be going through. But guess what? You can help them because you conquered it. And so that's why, I be really passionate about, I'm a system and process person. And so I being very methodical whenever approaching stuff from a leadership perspective. And then finally, I realized that before you lead others, you gotta like lead yourself. But then what does that mean to lead yourself? And you can't lead yourself when you're carrying all this shit inside, feeling constipated. So you gotta let go. You gotta own your inner leader. So that's how I come up with my inner leader journey. And each of us has that. And whoever may be seeing it or watching it, I want them to know that own your inner leader journey, because we need you more than ever.
So true. So true. That's beautiful.
And I resonate with that because I'm a storytelling strategist, and I say that your story could be the blueprint for somebody else's life to help them get through their adversity. So definitely, I love it. Maybe in certain circles, I'll shift from storytelling strategist to shit strategist. Maybe just
Yeah,
Listen, it's
I was saying
great. It was
something.
great.
Yeah,
No, Jay, I got a question for you, Jay. Let's see. You've heard me talk enough in events, right? Do you ever sit there and like want to like rub the no hair to pull out head because I drive you crazy with the way that I like bounce and go? Like sometimes I'm like, if Jay's listening to me, I'm probably driving him crazy right now.
oh, and I was saying there is gold in any situation.
I love that.
These
Yeah.
puns. I can't with y'all tonight. Oh my god.
It's
I love it, man.
3 a.m. guys. It's almost 3 a.m. guys, and my brain is still on fire.
it is.
That's a good
Thank
thing.
God.
I feel, yeah, I do. Sometimes when I be in one of my events and I really know I'm feeling going, I'll be like, I wonder if Jay probably thinks I'm like crazy. He's probably like, I need to talk to that girl.
No, I love it. I mean, you got to have the energy. I'm not like, if you met my wife, she's like the opposite of me when it comes to that.
Opposites
Like,
attract.
yeah, she's the ball of energy. She knows how to sing. If you think I'm witty, man, she will get you in
Ooh.
stitches.
That's
She's yeah.
We need to meet
High
some
energy,
Yeah.
your love is lifting me high. Woo!
And she sings too. So
Cool.
Yes. Oh man, we got
She is a
Noni
blessing.
karaoke night. Ollie's always singing. I don't sing. I've been told I need to. I don't sing.
No,
But I like to listen.
try to sing. What is your favorite song?
I don't have a favorite song. I'm not singing.
No? Oh,
I don't sing.
Mm.
If I sing and y'all hear it, like it's going to be a song that like what was that one song we played that one day? I just sang. I couldn't help it. It was that Friends song. Like, oh my gosh, I learned it in church. It's like everybody needs somebody to lean on. Might just have. I can't even get the tune in my head to say it right. Like we all need somebody to lean on. You might have a friend in me.
lean on me.
Lean on me.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So like that, like so when
la
a song come on and
la
it's
la
one
la
that'll resonate,
la
I'll start singing.
la
I
la la
realize.
la 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 la. So sing after me. La.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
You can say la, right?
I can't sit out. Oh, look, I'm already blushing. Look at you can tell I'm red. The wall is making me look blush.
Oh. Come on, Michelle, you can do it.
Maybe in Noni's room, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it on a karaoke night.
Maybe because you don't want to be seen when you sing.
No, I just don't sing.
Okay. But
That's
you are
why I
still
said, Ollie, I told you like that. Me doing Soul Man Live last night was the first time I ever even watched the replay. Like I don't even watch my own event replays. I don't listen to my own recordings for podcast. None of it, because I don't like my voice.
Oh.
I have a
I
very
love your voice.
pitch.
Yeah, I don't.
Michelle, even when your voice is broken, I love your voice.
Oh, Ali, by the way, because you mentioned that early on in the show, it was reminding. So I've been in the contact center business for years, right? And so my voice is my moneymaker, right? So
Oh yeah.
So if I don't use my voice, I can't make money. I can't get on the phones. And so when I got sick, the only way that I could continue to use my voice is if I used an octave lower so that I can speak. So a lot of times people will look over the cubicle like, who's that Barry White dude?
Yeah. Hello,
Where'd
this
that
is
guy come
Jay.
from?
Yeah.
So it was the only way that I was able to speak. So I get it, man. You know, and I'm just happy that you brought this show out today, even in the midst of you trying to recuperate. So we love it, man. And look at how we're connected here. You know, we're all from different spaces. We're all from different places, and yet we're here together, right? And we're sharing in unity of storytelling and how we can help others. And that's, you know, that's the beauty of the things that you do, and the things that you try to bring out in people. So I just want to give kudos to you and you, Michelle, and your audacious attitude, sassiness, and energy. All of those things. I mean, really, that's people love that, right?
They love it or they
Somebody's
hate
gonna,
it.
no, they're
There's
gonna
no
love. They love it.
middle. It's one or the
Look,
other. It's
but
And those
right,
people are for you. It's okay.
there's
Yeah.
somebody that's gonna resonate with you, your story,
like,
and your message.
Thank you. And
Continue
that's
to
really
be
all I
bold.
care about. Like it isn't doing shows and podcasts and knowing that tens of thousands of people hear you. And every time somebody asks me when I'm like talking about analytics or like, you know, like I try to keep impressions at like 10,000 a day. And they're like, well, what is that? I don't care about, I care about the one person out of those. I know in those 10,000 impressions, one person. That's all I care about is that one person found the message,
Yep.
heard it, resonated with it, and it helped them stay alive today. That's all I care about. My goal every day is to ensure that one person remains alive and fighting their fight because they see me fighting mine.
Right.
And that one person could be you also.
I'll
This is
keep
true.
going. True story. It's gonna keep going.
See, and that's the thing. When I mentioned that today in the audio event this morning, when I used to participate in poetry slams, there would be hundreds of people in the crowd, but my goal was to impact just one person. And if I impacted just one person, my story, my poem, my chant did its job. I did my job.
Yeah, because when you impact one person, you impact the universe.
And Jay, every time I get to hear you speak and you're in that storytelling mode and you're delivering a message, just like you impact me every time. So just know if you see me there, you've impacted a person.
2, 3, 4.
I
See?
appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, in the media business, in the newspaper business, right? They used to flub numbers, right? We have a subscription of 450,000 people. No, you don't. What you do have is one household. And if you have one household, though, there may be, on average, 4 people. And that's where the multiplier effect comes in.
Yep.
That's the truth. So if you have one person, if you impact one person and they bring that message home to their household, that's 3 additional people
Yep.
who heard the message.
Yeah.
And if one of them was impacted and they shared it with their friends, one household, 4 people, and it goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's how you have to look at it. Just that one person.
I took
Yeah.
that thought and that is how I built
Love
almost 90% of my business models with that thought.
Yeah, because what matters is the person that we touch with our heart, and then our heart is warmed up.
Yeah.
It's not about how much views, how much downloads, how much subscribers, whatever. It's also the engagement, Like I will always remember. It was probably 1 or 2 years ago. I was posting at that time a lot of posts, and then I was posting a post that was not having any comment or any views, or not so much. But then later on, I was in that coffee space, and that person was saying, "Oh, I've seen you were posting about politics, whatever." So he was acknowledging my post where I was not having any like or any comment. So it's not because you don't see any like, any view, any comments that no one is seeing you. So that was also an important call for me. Like, what do I share? Because sometimes I'm ranting, sometimes I'm sharing something like from the ego, like, oh, this politics, blah blah blah, But is it helpful? Is it joyful? Is it useful for the audience? That's also important when we are sharing. Are we sharing from our ego, or are we sharing to really make an impact?
Yeah, it's not. Somebody's gonna remember how you made them feel before they remember your name.
Maya Angelou. I remember who said it, so it's okay. But
I love you, Ollie. I swear I love you. Oh my god.
I love you too, Michelle, and thank you so much for joining my event, Michelle, Jay, and Kai. If I pronounce well your first name, Kai.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, amazing. You know what? I don't know if it's the same in English, but with and it's my John joke, punny joke. But when dogs are afraid, in French, I don't know if it's English, but when dogs are afraid, they are saying "kai kai 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 kai." So I don't know if it's the same in English or not, but they're saying "kai kai 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 kai" when the dogs are afraid.
Oh
I'm not even
man.
attempting to make this dog sound. Like I'm just. I need to. Oh my god.
Hmm.
I can't.
I don't
I don't
know if
want
I
to
should
sound like
feel
a yes.
honored or if I should just
No, no,
be
no.
expecting.
Sometimes my puns doesn't land well. It's okay. Sometimes they are landing flat like pancakes.
Pancakes are delicious.
Exactly. I ate some this evening.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
So,
I love you.
Michelle, Jay, Kai, any final words?
Just keep doing
1
you.
hour at a time.
Shit,
One
there's
breath
days
at a time.
step at a time. What? I tattooed it on my foot to remind myself. I'll look down like one step at a time.
Yeah.
One step.
Ooh.
Yep.
One person at a time.
True. Yeah.
One person at a time.
Jay closes out with someone.
Okay. For you, Michelle. All right. So y'all know who I am. I don't need no introductions, y'all. I'm just gonna say y'all don't need to go out there and be superstars. All you got to do is be yourself, and the stars will align with you. You understand? You hear what I'm saying, y'all? You don't need to be a superstar. All you need to do is be yourself, and the stars will align with you.
Yes. 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 Oh God, I got tears. I know. I love it. Yes.
You are terrific.
All right, we're
I
done. I'm done.
appreciate it.
You are supernova, Jay. You are amazing, amazing superstar.
You
So,
remind me of that
You made my
comedian.
night. You made my night. I love it. I love
yeah,
you. Thank you.
Jay, you made my day.
I appreciate it.
And so, your final words, Kay?
One breath at a time.
Hmm. And my final word: one smile at a time.
There it is. Thank you, everybody.
You say?
Yeah, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good night. Good morning.
Good night, good morning. Have a
Good
great week.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.